Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. It is time for another episode of Osamake. So anyways, at the end of last episode, we really kind of sort of got into the sort of war games, the sort of mind games that the girls are starting to play on each other. They're having their own little conversations, beyond the earshot of Haru, so he doesn't really know what's going on, but, it's already war, right? Love is war, and they are each having their own plans, and who exactly is going to win in the end, well, it's really hard to say, right? In the midst of all this, of course, Haru is going to be making his documentary, even at this point, I still don't understand why he wants to do it, but okay, whatever, we gotta progress the story somehow, right? So, in any case, let's just get into it and see what stuff is going to be brought up here, right? Is Momo going to be making her move? What is Kuro and Shiro going to do to defend against this? They each have their own little plans and whatnot, and let's not forget, they all still have to take turns taking care of Haru. So, with that in mind, let's get into the episode. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Alright. What are you doing? Most probably, like, doing something. Shunchanaji. Oh, I actually thought she was going to do something on his face. Like I said, I could totally see this story being one where the maid eventually... Where the maid eventually falls in love with her. Oh, where the girl's seen... Huh. Okay. I was actually considering more of a scandal of some sort, right? Like, them all having the paparazzi getting to see all the girls, going into Haru's home or something of that sort. Which I'm sure will probably become something in the future, but not at this point. Oh, shit. Dun, 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 dun. Now, this song is actually really, really catchy once you listen to it a few more times. Not gonna lie. Okay, so let's think about what just happened, right? Even if there's this breaking news about what happened in Haru's past and whatnot, how is that going to affect them? Like, are they gonna be stalked by the paparazzi or something? Shouldn't this actually turn public opinion, towards the sympathy of Haru? Like, normally what happens in this kind of situation, it's literally involving the death of Haru's mom, right? So you would think that just publishing these articles, probably the public opinion would be to show their sympathies towards Haru and all that. Like, this isn't even dirt on him. I don't... never mind. I've long since given up on trying to suss out what exactly they're trying to do here. It makes no logical sense at all. Okay. Sure. And not to mention, okay, like I said, so never mind. Like, don't consider like why they're doing this. Just go with it. I need to concentrate. Concentrate. Just here and now. Don't think about the past. On the bed? What, are you guys filming an AV or something? You really don't conduct an interview on somebody's bed, I have to say. Okay. I guess they're trying to recreate what they were like when they were young. But, like, honestly, I am 100% sure if there was a real life equivalent to this, and you see those two, you know, making this sort of documentary or interview video with them sitting on the beds, I guarantee those would be the comments if they had a comment section or whatnot. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Yeah, I have to say, I like the young Haru a lot more than the current Haru. I think in a sense though, like Shiro, Kuro, Momo, that's probably the image of Haru that they still have within them. Eloped. You guys are recording this, you know. And once... Alright. So, at this point in time, it is still oh! What? They're not gonna show it? Hmm? This is definitely a character. Look, Haru, just walk away. Walk away. Ooh. Okay. You know what? Props to Haru. There's one more picture. I knew it. Sure. Come and catch me from that day. And of course something's gonna... The maid? Yep. Uh-oh! Momo! Good job, Momo! And here I was thinking it was gonna be the maid. No, but honestly though, if Haru would just too quickly get together. Whoa, wow. That is... And yeah, you're watching, girl! I want to touch too. Okay. This is absolutely deliberate. The framing of this scene. Absolutely deliberate. Alright, alright. So it's Momo's turn. And now we're going through each of their pasts and whatnot. Yeah, so she used to be this withdrawn and reserved girl, right? Alright. Wait, is that... Yeah, that's Haru's mom, right? And why does she look so much like Shiro? Really? We're going for the Gao game route, eh? Or I guess in this case this would be an Otome game route. Although in all honesty, I feel like Momo probably should have asked him first. Right, that'd be the right thing to do. Damn. In all seriousness though, Momo basically got the Oh, that's how. So basically she tried to fall and hit her head. Okay, this makes much more sense than what they said back at the beginning. Yeah, this makes a lot more sense. Yeah, like I said, even though Momo was saying that this is like a good chance for her, honestly, I feel like this is the short end of the stick.
を言うタイミングじゃない。私は感情に流されたりしない。もう後悔はしない。完璧に計画通りにことを進めるんだ。
どうした？
ごめんなさい。
もも。
ずっと謝らなきゃって思っていたんです。経験はたくさんあったのに、気がつけるポジションにいたのに、私は何も気がつきませんでした。その上、あんなひどいことを言ってしまって。
そんなの俺は別に気にしてないって。
セルハルお兄ちゃんは優しいからそう言ってくれるけど、でも私は自分の無能さが許せないんです。私は自分のことばっかりで、あの時も今だって自分が言いたいことだけ言って、自分で自分が許せないんです。
相変わらず完璧主義者だな、ももは。言っても素直に聞くお前じゃないだろうが。
It's ironic that she's the one crying here, isn't it?
ことを知ったとき、すごく悲しかったんです。ハルくん、お母さん。
Oh, damn. The resonance of emotions, eh?
なんだろう、今頃。
That's a good thing, though. That's a good thing. Well, like I said, this is yeah. To be honest, the thing that I'm thinking of the most is still from a more meta perspective. I'll touch on that more at the end here. Actually, are we going to have some more after this? I don't think so. So, well, I'll see you guys after this. Well now, for all the shenanigans that we had in the first half, they certainly went quite serious in the second half there, right? And first of all, I gotta say, I sincerely hope that this is not part of Momo's plan or all that, and that she is just simply, this was a natural reaction from her. Maybe she had some sort of plan in the first place, but, throughout all this time, all she really wanted to do was to say those words, say I'm sorry to Haru and all that. Because, if this was, like, completely planned and so on and so forth, then I do feel like that's kind of toying with his feelings a little bit, right? However, if it's just a case of a natural reaction and whatnot, then, obviously I would how can I say this? Then this feels much better to me, and it is a good thing at the end, right? That she was able to, being, well, to be frank, being the only girl that was there, within the industry and knowing like what he went through at that time, she is probably the most suitable person to do this. Although I think maybe you can make a case for Kuro. Not really sure whether or not Kuro actually knew Haru's mom all that well, though, right? It's hard to say for that. But, yeah, anyways, so that ending there with them, crying and whatnot, especially in Haru's case, I totally understand that. Basically, he was numbing his feelings for these past few years, right? And that's totally a common reaction. I've experienced that as well. You just if you don't think about it, you just go through your daily lives and whatnot, then you can basically still act completely normal and whatnot, right? Especially if you're kind of like the guy like me who doesn't really like to show his emotions to other people and whatnot. Try to hide your own feelings and so on and so forth. And to get into this kind of position, to be jolted into remembering all those feelings and whatnot, this is obviously a natural reaction. This is probably the first time that Haru has cried in who knows how long, right? It's definitely been many, many, many years now. So it's good that he got it all out. It's good that he can take these memories of his mother and whatnot. And by the way, I'm glad that they gave a more reasonable explanation here, right? So in the original explanation we got, it was just like acting too hard, and then she apparently just passed on because of her trying to act too hard, right? So that was kind of like a series of question marks for me. But here I think what they're trying to imply is that due to her trying to act out the scene of being hit and then falling to the ground, she tried to do the exact same thing as well. She tried to simulate being hit and falling to the ground, but and actually fall to the ground, right? But while she fell to the ground, she accidentally hit her head in the wrong way, and so that is how she died. It is a freak accident, but it makes a lot more sense than getting so into it that she, I don't know, like in the original explanation, it seemed like she had a sudden heart attack or a stroke or something like that, right? So I'm glad that they gave a little bit more information in terms of that part there. And yeah, so I think, even with all the other criticisms and the, what the hell are they doing kind of stuff that I'm throwing around, at least this latter half here, this kind of feeling with Haru's mom and whatnot, and the feelings of the characters here, I am glad that at least they were able to do something of this sort. And really, because, how can I put this? The gravity of the situation here is a lot more than anything that we've seen in the past, right? This is actually dealing with your loved ones, passing on and so on and so forth. So I think, it is a little deserving of a little bit more emotions than usual and so on and so forth. So I like it. The first half of the episode, I mean, like, sure, I get it, right? So all of these girls had some sort of relation with Haru in the past, but I'm gonna be honest, like, that doesn't really do much for me. Like, I'm sure to these girls it's a big deal, right? And so that's why they continue to this day still have admiration and feelings for Haru and so on and so forth. But it just kind of gets old a while. Like, we literally just saw in the first half of this episode Shiro going through that same thing again, giving me confidence, allowing me to keep my head up towards the future and so on and so forth. And then, immediately after that we got Momo saying the exact same things. I mean, well, not literally the exact same things, but the general idea is the same, right? So just kind of like we're going back and forth, and Kuro, who knows? Maybe she's gonna have a similar story, maybe not. But at least I am glad that they actually went on and utilize the emotions in a different kind of avenue here. And this one, I do feel like is actually deserving of them getting all very, very emotional and sentimental about the entire situation here. I mean, I guess you could say it's kind of like a poetic full circle, like when you were young, you helped me, and so now that we're kind of more grown up, now it's my turn to help you, that kind of give and take sort of thing. But I mean, sure, it's nice to have some new things thrown into the mix once in a while. And the first half of this episode really was just, I mean, it's just focusing more on the comedy aspects, I guess you could say, and not really too much to say there. I mean, I was quite surprised we didn't get to see the date between Shiro and Haru there, but I guess they reckon that we've already spent too much time on improving Shiro's position in terms of this race or in terms of this war or whatnot, right? And so it's about time to give the other girls a little bit more chances and to regain some positions, regain a little bit of the distance here. So I guess that's why they kind of threw it out instead of actually going through it, because I was totally convinced that we were going to see them on their date, right? And beyond that, I mean, what I said in the interview part of Shiro, I still completely stand by that. That is such a ridiculous way to actually film an interview and all that, but whatever. And the thing with Hardy Shun and the paparazzi and the the tabloids and so on and so forth. Like I said, I really don't think that kind of angle makes sense. Like, who would want to do that kind of a report? And even if they did, like, I don't really see how it harms Haru. In fact, I would think it would bring public opinion in sympathy of him, and it should be an overall plus. Right? Because nobody's going to make fun of the dead, right? Nobody is going to do that. Instead, if there's anyone who I feel like might have, might be going through some hard times because of this, it would be the original production crew of, what's it called? Child Star or Child King? The first series. I think it was Child Star, right? Maybe asking, like, how could this happen? Maybe there should have been more investigation, all that sort of thing, right? And trying to make it into sort of like a scandal or whatnot. But no, and I guess you could argue that might weigh on Haru as well here. But, I don't know. I just feel like the entire premise of it doesn't really make too much sense, but like I said, it's just for the purposes of driving the story forward. Let's not dig too deep into it. I mean, it's happening, and they're doing the documentary, and they actually got some sponsors to back it up as well, so everything is looking up, right? So, anyways, I do believe next episode should be the last one, question mark. I'm gonna assume it is, and it's a 12-episode season, right? So, we are going to be ending with Kuro in that case, and to see, like, how exactly she ties into the entire childhood of Haru here. Because certainly, we've seen the childhood of Shiro already. We've seen the childhood of Momo and their respective relations with Haru here. But Kuro, even though she is the designated childhood friend character, right? The designated Osananajimi, but we actually know very little about what they were like when they were young. So I guess the next episode, the last episode of the season, is supposed to address all of that. Let me just quickly make sure that it is the last episode of the season. Otherwise, I would be, kind of like talking out my ass here. Hold on, let me just check real quick. Yeah, it's a 12-episode core. So next episode is the last, and I shall see you guys in the grand finale. So stay tuned, guys, and bye-bye.